In the film adaptation of the Broadway musical Rock of Ages, a small-town girl and a city boy meet on the Sunset Strip while pursuing their Hollywood dreams.
Tonight, the Bourbon Room, Zeta-Jones.
This place is about to become a sea of sweat, ear-shattering music, and puke. Start drinking now.
No. Now go.
This album gave birth to some of rock's greatest anthems. What's it like to be the Stacey Jacks?
I have not seen the Broadway musical that Rock of Ages is adapted from, although I've heard good things. For example, my mom loved it, but I never got around to seeing it, and it's only because I just wasn't really interested, I guess. It didn't really strike me as something that I needed to see right away. Now, the movie, I felt the same way about until I saw the most recent trailer that had come out before the movie came out, and all of a sudden, I thought it looked awesome, and I could not wait to see it. It was honestly, the shot that did it for me was the shot of Tom Cruise like putting his arm back to someone and like the crowd is in front of him. That shot was so cool that I was like, I gotta see this movie. And so I've seen Rock of Ages, and of course, having no comparison to the Broadway show because I haven't seen it, I have to say I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know that it was better or worse or even on par or anything with the Broadway show, but I did have fun with it. I would say the only problem with the movie is the pacing. The pacing is pretty all over the place, and maybe it's because it felt like a Broadway show in a movie, which is good and bad because a movie is shorter, so it felt a little rushed at times. But yeah, the pacing was definitely the one problem I would say with the movie. The one major problem. I have a couple other little things, but that's the major issue. I was taken off guard sometimes. You know, I know the joke is in a musical, people break out into song, but it's not really that they just break out of nowhere into song. It's set up usually, and in this movie I feel like some of the songs kind of like came out of nowhere and surprised me. But other than that, it kind of was like a mashup of the silliness of Grease and then like the edginess, or in this case wannabe edginess, of Rent, if that makes any sense. So once again, I don't know how the show is, but this was kind of how the movie felt. So plot-wise, I thought it was good. It was very simple, but it was interesting. At least the parts with Tom Cruise, for example, I thought were interesting. That character, Stacey Jacks. I gotta say, I really didn't care much about the Drew and Sherry parts of the movie. I thought that was actually the lulls of the movie. If, you know, for the story or for the acting, I don't know, but I just didn't really care much about that. Everything else I thought was great. There's only one aspect to the story that I thought was weird and really out of place, and I will mention that at the end in a little spoiler bit, because it is a spoiler, technically, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody that really doesn't want to know. It doesn't really matter, but whatever. Directing-wise, I thought, like I said, that the pacing was kind of rough, but visually, and, you know, like the shots and how it all fell together, I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, that's definitely where it was fun, in the musical numbers and all that. But the choreography also was good. The first thing that comes to mind is the part with Catherine Zeta-Jones in the church, or in the chapel, whatever that was. I thought that part was awesome. I mean, I think that some of it was uninspired, but some of it was good. I mean, honestly, it was kind of all over the place. The whole movie was a little all over the place, fluctuating from like I wasn't really into it to okay, actually I really like this. And actually something I forgot to mention that has to do with the writing is the humor of the movie, and I don't know if it's actually the writing or the directing, and maybe it just, you know, it was written better, but some of the jokes were hilarious. Honestly, very funny jokes, genuine humor. And then some jokes fell flat, like the part where Baldwin is like,
Oh my god, I just threw up. Where? In my pants.
It's just, I don't know, it was so stupid. I don't think that's funny. I thought that was pretty stupid. And finally, acting-wise, I think that overall the acting was good. I don't know that the Drew and Sherry actress were that great. Like I said, I thought they were a little bit but maybe it was their storyline more so, or the characters. I don't know, but something about them I just wasn't into. Tom Cruise is obviously kind of like the main attraction here. I thought that he was awesome. I thought that, I mean, I was shocked because I thought that I was going to be kind of like embarrassed, like, oh geez, Tom Cruise, but he was great. He actually, I have to be honest with you, the first time that he's really talking to someone, like when he's talking to Alec Baldwin, when he first comes into the club and he's talking to him, I actually was watching kind of like, waiting for what he was going to say. He drew me in, honestly. So, yeah, he did a really great job, and it seemed like he had a lot of fun. It seems like everybody had a lot of fun, and even the Drew and Sherry actor and actress, I mean, I didn't care for their storyline or them at all, I don't know, but at least it seemed like they were having fun. It seemed like everyone was having fun. And overall, there's not much else I can say about Rock of Ages. I had fun with it. I have no idea how other people are going to feel about it. I can't really tell. Usually, I can tell if I like a movie, but I know it's bad, or something like that, or like I didn't like a movie, but I know other people will. In In this case, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I have no idea if it's like technically a bad movie or a really good movie. No idea, but I liked it. I had fun. Now I'm going to talk about that one tiny little spoiler thing. It really is not a big deal, so if you don't care, just keep watching, I guess. Otherwise, click off. You're not missing anything. I'm just going to wrap it up, and it's going to take 2 seconds. But the spoilerish little thing I'd like to mention here is the aspect of Russell Brand and Alec Baldwin's relationship, that I guess they ended up being gay and in love. That was really out of place and totally random, and I don't know if maybe they were setting it up better in the show, but in the movie it was totally random and I was taken completely off guard, and I just thought it was stupid because it had nothing to do with anything. And then they never came back to it. I don't know, I thought it was pretty stupid. But overall, I really did have fun with Rock of Ages. I, at first, thought I was going to be like, because it starts off with Julianne Hough and Diego something or other, Drew and Sherry, and I didn't like that, like I said, as much as the other stuff. But overall, I did have fun. So let me know in the comments what you thought of Rock of Ages. Let me know what you thought of the acting. Do you agree or disagree that their storyline, Drew and Sherry, wasn't really as, like, exciting, I guess, as the rest of it? I actually preferred, like, the Tom Cruise... And I mean, the Drew storyline fit into the Tom Cruise, Paul Giamatti, everything storyline, but I preferred that. Let me know what your favorite songs were, I guess, in the movie. Forgot to say that. Great music, of course, but everybody knows that. Let me know anything you want about Rock of Ages, and that's pretty much it.
Until it hurts.